Hello, loves. Welcome in. My mic's on. Everything's cozy. I've got an Olipop ready and waiting. I'm doing orange squeeze this time because I don't have any coffee. I always order Nespresso pods for that, and I didn't time it correctly. So now I gotta wait a whole week and have a whole week without homemade coffee. It's very sad. But we're going to be doing something really cozy today, which is, as you've probably seen from the thumbnail, a write with me. If you're new and have no idea what's going on, I have just been signed by a publishing company that I absolutely love. Still can't believe this is my life. And one of the things that comes with that are deadlines. So one of the deadlines I have is to write a book in 5 months. And on top of that, I'm also editing my chai project, if you don't know what that is. It's a Gilmore Girls meets Hallmark, autumn-themed, small-town, slow-burn romance with a plus-size main character. And that deadline for edits is a lot closer than the writing deadline, so I've been putting off the writing bit. But we could look at it as I've been saving it for you guys. Now, if you're not a writer, don't be put off by this. This is still for you. I don't know about you, but I always work much better with a buddy. Even if we're not doing the same task, just having someone for company makes me instantly more productive. So I thought it would be fun not only to go live and chat with you during breaks, but to give you an opportunity to have a buddy to work alongside, whether you're working right now. I know it's the middle of the day. A lot of you are probably at your jobs, or maybe on your lunch break. Maybe you're meal prepping, maybe you're doing laundry, maybe you're doing dishes, whatever the task, this is your time to be productive. And how we're going to do that is something called the Pomodoro method. I really like this. It works really well with my ADD. It's short spurts of focus followed by short breaks. So what I like to do is 20 minutes of sprinting, writing sprints, and then 5 to 10 minute breaks in between. I typically do 3 of those for a live stream, and then off camera I continue to do more. And that's what we're going to do today. Hope you guys are excited, and if nothing else, you can just join in for the chatty parts during the breaks. But if you wouldn't mind, before we get started, let me know if you can see and hear me okay. I know my mic is on, everything looks good for me, but I always like to double check just in case. What I will be working on is my sunshine project. I've got the document up, and I'm going to be working on that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I also have the most massive water bottle. I was advised to consume more water than I was, so I thought, well, there's one way to make sure I do that, and that was to buy a water bottle as big as my head. So I will be sipping from this as well as my Olipop. Let me know if you're sipping or snacking on anything cozy. I'm trying to think if there's any other announcements I need to make before we dive in. I will be uploading a vlog today. It is late, but hopefully it'll be worth the wait. Something that I've been without for a long time finally came to pass, and I share a little bit of that in the vlog that'll be going up today. All I've got to do is the thumbnail, and I'll be running out to do that after the live stream. So as soon as the live stream's done, the vlog should go up. And with that, I think we're ready to start our first sprint. Unless anybody had any questions or wanted to say hello beforehand. Let's see. Let me pull up my document. I'm going to pull it over to my other monitor so I can still see what's going on my streaming program. I will be listening to Spotify. I have playlists that I dedicate to the book that I'm writing. Any song that sounds like the vibes of the story, whether in lyric or just in sound, I'll dump it into the playlist, and it really helps get me focused. And the reason I'm putting earphones in is so that the music doesn't distract you in case it's not your taste. Or, I mean, I tend to listen to the same song on loop over and over and over and over, and I feel like that's not normal for a lot of people. It would quickly annoy someone, so earphones. But if you guys are ready, we'll pull up a timer, maybe. For 20 minutes. Let me turn my volume down a little bit so that no one is jump scared by the by the alarm sound. It's a nice alarm sound, but still, even if it is nice, sometimes the volume can make you jump. All right, 20 minutes starting now. Good luck. All right, we finished our first sprint. How do we feel? Did we get a lot of productivity done? I mainly spent this portion rereading what I had written previously. Sometimes because I take such long breaks, like days, in between writing versus editing the two different manuscripts, I will forget where I was. So I was just kind of reminding myself and softly editing as I went. But I've been able to connect two different paragraphs. I started a part and then needed to write the beginning of it. So I kind of just started in the middle of a scene because that's where my brain was at, and then I had to connect it somehow to the rest of the manuscript. I've done that now, so I feel pretty good about that. And really, it's just a matter of being dedicated to it, just letting the story tell itself as it needs to. I've mentioned before that this story isn't quite as easy as, well, I don't want to say easy. It's not as effortless as my chai project was. My chai project just flowed out of me, no resistance whatsoever. And with this story, it feels like there's a lot of more starting and stopping. Partly because I have other priorities that are distracting me, whereas with my chai project, I didn't have any priorities that were distracting me other than work. So I could just work without a deadline looming over me. But really, I feel like the story's coming together, so no complaints from me. Did any of you have questions regarding writing in general, or the process of publishing, or the world of authoring? I'm more than happy to answer any that you have, whether you're watching live or whether you leave a question in the comments later after the fact. I know for me, I didn't understand a lot of this world. What I did know was through osmosis of following and watching indie authors, really, and having a friend in the author world. Other than that, this was all very foreign. And if there are any of you who have been wanting to write a book or not sure where to begin or to even try publishing, you're not sure because you don't know what's involved, indie versus traditional, I get it. It's a world that isn't really explained well, and I'm still learning as I go. I'm not an expert by any means, but I'm more than happy to help should you need it in any way that I can. But I think because I'm in such a, what's the word? I can't think of the word. Mode, I guess. Mode of focus. I want to jump right back in to our second sprint. So we'll do another 20 minutes, unless any of you felt like chatting in the middle. And if you don't, that's totally fine. But I think I just want to jump back in. The deadline is looming over me, and I really want to make sure that I don't miss it. So let's jump back in. Good luck, everyone. Another 20 minutes starting now. right, second sprint done. Yeah, one more word before I forget. It's just slow and steady, isn't it? I think I might shift to a new scene now. I finished this one, and I feel good about. Let me adjust, my chair might squeak. Sorry. I need to replace this chair so badly. This has done me well, but it's falling apart. You can't see, but the handle over here, can you hear that? It's holding on by a single screw. The rest have fallen out, and I can't put it back together. It's a whole thing, but it's doing its job right now, albeit noisily. Anyway, I finished this scene, so that feels good. There is a scene I've been putting off. I prepped it. I queued it up. You know, I'm ready to go. It's like a what's the putt reference? You're teed up. I've teed myself up for it. I just have to do it. So let me find that. And that's the nice thing about writing. There are no rules. You don't have to write in order. I think a lot of people are under that assumption. I actually spoke to someone who has wanted to write a book for a while, just hasn't gotten the time, made the time. And I'm like, well, you don't have to write from chapter 1 on. You can write anywhere you want to. Just plop yourself into the middle of the story, because she was getting stuck at how to begin, and beginning is always the hardest. So I don't even worry about that. I plop myself into the plot wherever I want to. Sometimes that's a kissing scene, sometimes that's a meet cute, sometimes that's a fight, whatever feels exciting. As long as it's important to the story and it needs to go in there, and I'm not procrastinating anything, start wherever you want to. As long as you're getting words on the document, that's what's important. And if a scene is feeling stuck to you, like you're not getting any inspiration for it, or you're not sure how it should unfold, but you have little notes, you know, almost like outline, just write the outline down. Don't pressure yourself to write it right then. Your brain is going to percolate as you give it time. So I will often, like this scene, I've left it alone for a few weeks, I think, and have just fiddled with other areas of the story. And now I'm like, okay, I feel like I can write this now. I feel like I am in a place where I've let my brain percolate. I've let it think through what it needs to do to figure out the plot. And I think part of my problem is that this character that I'm writing about is not my favorite. And I don't think he's going to be the reader's favorite either. But the pressure for making him just likable enough. You know what I mean? Those are the best kind of, I don't want to call them villains, but for the sake of the conversation, let's call him a villain. Villains are the good ones, are the ones that you can sympathize with and empathize with. Villains are a hero in their own story. They don't see themselves as a villain, they see themselves as a hero. And I always like to say, villains are just heroes who made different choices. I will stand by that sentence. And it really does help me get into the mindset of a bad guy. Because if you write at it from the perspective of a bad guy, it takes away all of their layers. It takes away all of their depth. But if you write it from the perspective of, oh, I see why they made that choice. I wouldn't have made that choice, but under the right circumstances, I could have made that choice. And it becomes a whole new character. That's the kind of character I'm struggling with here, because he's not all bad. I think very few villains are all bad. Morally gray villains are not all bad. That's why they're called morally gray, because you can understand where they're coming from to a degree. And I want this character to be likable enough to where you don't instantly hate him, but something always feels a little off. So the pressure's on. But that's fun. That's what makes it a challenge. And if writing wasn't a challenge, I don't think we'd do it. So I'm going to start there. Do any of you watching have any questions before we dive into our next writing sprint? Our final writing sprint, by the way. Let me just take my huge water bottle. I literally cannot hold this one-handed. It's so heavy. But look, it has, let me see. I got it off Amazon. If I remember, I'll try to link it after I'm done streaming. But it has measurements on the front here, and then on the other side it has little encouragements like, good morning, hydrate yourself, you've got it, keep chugging, feeling awesome, don't give up, almost finished, you made it. It's just, if your water bottle isn't encouraging you on your water intake journey, what's the point? Oh gosh, I love it. Anyway, all right, before we dive into our final writing sprint, I wanted to do what I always do in the middle of a stream, which is talk about my membership. So YouTube has something that's very similar to Patreon, which they call a membership. And I have created 2 tiers at 2 different price points, both very, very affordable, cheaper than a coffee, that I wanted to create for the purpose of offering something a little more intimate, something a little more connective between me and you. So let me run you through that really quick. Please ignore the pumpkin emoji here. That will be changing. If you're a member and you're watching, I have posted on the community tab a question for you all to vote on what emoji we should replace the pumpkin with. I want to replace it with a Christmas one. So keep that in mind. And we're also going to be replacing the iced coffee because it is no longer iced coffee season. We are officially in hot coffee season. So if you are a member and you haven't voted, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just have to make the decision for you, and I don't want to choose wrong. But back to the memberships. So if you decide to join our Golden Hour gang, that is $1.99 a month, and you will get loyalty badges, custom emojis, priority replies, and access to exclusive polls where you can help shape upcoming videos. Basically, you become part of the creative process. If you decide to join our Daydreamer Society tier, that is $4.99 a month, and along with everything mentioned in Golden Hour, you will also get behind-the-scenes photos, status updates, and a monthly members-only video. Now, up until this point, I have wanted to do a live chat, but haven't done it because I wasn't sure how to go about it. So for now, I'm doing a members-only vlog every single month, but I would love your opinion, especially if you are an existing member. I'm wondering if maybe I should do like a Zoom call or a Google Meet situation where we can just chat live. Like, it's not filmed, it's not live streamed or anything. It's just for the members to have a fun place to sip coffee and chat. Let me know if you have any opinions on that because I'm weighing a couple options. I would like to make that members only live chat, live video hangout a thing. This is very much a cozy girl talk and life updates kind of vibe with a mug of something warm. And I'm really enjoying making stuff like this. Oh, and something else that I've decided to add to the Daydreamer Society perks is a monthly magazine. So it'll be digital. I'm still not quite sure how I want to distribute it. Maybe as a PDF in a link or something, and then post it to the members only community tab so you have access to it. But I've decided to make a little magazine. Basically, oops, oh dear, sorry. wrong tab. I just totally lost my train of thought because I was embarrassed. What was I talking about? what was I doing? Oh, magazine. That's right. Magazine. Thank you. So the magazine, I want it to involve recipes, like family recipes from my own upbringing, craft ideas, just like a bunch of cozy little somethings to get you in the mood for the season that we're in. Sometimes it's movie and book recommendations, maybe even music recs, just things that I'm loving that I feel like you might love too. And I've curated it all into a fun magazine formatted thing for all of you. So I will have to update those little flyers that I show you on the screen when I talk about memberships, but I just wanted to mention that. Oh, and as far as the emojis, the emotes that you will get as a member, we are changing out the iced coffee and the pumpkin to something else. So again, if you're already a member, check the community tab because I've offered a few options that I'd love your opinions on to replace it for the Christmas season. But as it stands, we have an iced coffee, a stack of books, a teapot, and a pumpkin. And then if you're not aware of what loyalty badges are, that is just a little icon that shows up by your name whenever you leave a comment. So a new member will get a coffee bean. A 1-month member will get a bag of coffee next to their name. A 2-month member will get an iced coffee. 6 months will get a hot coffee with steam coming out of the top. A 1-year member will get latte art, which I think is so pretty. And then we will switch after 2 years into a book-themed things, and that will be a bookmark for 2 years. 3 years will be an open book with magic sparkles coming out of it, and then 4 years, which I can't even fathom someone sticking with the membership for 4 years, but if you plan to do that, I need to give you a virtual hug, because you will get, by your name, a stack of books with fairy lights draped around it. And that is all the perks that you will get from the memberships. I only have 2 tiers right now. I wanted to keep it really affordable, wanted to keep it very approachable, but if you decide to move forward with that, just know that that will directly be supporting what I create. As of right now, I've done YouTube for 12 years and I'm not monetized, which means I don't earn any money from any ads that you are presented with. YouTube earns all of the revenue for that. So this is a way for me to sort of make up for the lack and I don't know, not to make it worth it, because I would do it if I wasn't getting paid at all. I've done it for 12 years because I love it, but you know, it would support my coffee addiction if nothing else. But anyway, all that to say, I think we are ready to start our final writing sprint. And again, even if you're not a writer, just pick up whatever project you're wanting to do. If it's a craft or online shopping for Christmas, or maybe you're already ahead of everybody else and wrapping your presents, whatever task you feel like tackling right now, this time is for you. So let's start our next 20-minute sprint now. Good luck. Also, if I look really serious as I'm focusing, I promise I'm not mad. I just look it. I either look distressed, sad, or mad. I can't help it. Final sprint done. I did not get as much done as I wanted. I ended up rereading what I had written and then continued to add sensory elements. That's something I tend to do a lot to really immerse the reader, is use all 5 senses. That's a great tip. If you feel like your writing is feeling flat, if you feel like it's not as immersive as you want, use the 5 senses. What can the character smell? Smell is huge. Smell triggers memory. What can the character hear? What can the character see? What can the character feel and touch? What can the character taste if that's if they're eating something? You know, it really just fills out your descriptions, adds to your word count if that's also something you struggle with. That is not a struggle of mine. I tend to write too much. But sorry, my chair. So squeaky. I feel like this is a good start, and I will definitely be continuing this after the camera stops rolling. Also, I realize my hair is super curly. The curls have not totally dropped yet. They will eventually, but I have somewhere to be tonight, so I wanted to fix up a little bit. But I hope all of you got some projects done. I hope you feel productive and that this was helpful to you. I know really I do this to keep me accountable because I need to make sure I meet deadlines, but if I can help any of you feel less alone in whatever task you're doing, that is so important to me. So I hope this did that for you. And if you're new here and have no idea who I am or what kind of content I create, hi, I'm Cass. I probably should have led with this, but I create vlogs most of the time. I've started a little bit of a new upload schedule. So on the weekends, I typically upload a vlog. In the middle of the week, I upload a Write With Me live stream like this. And on Monday evenings at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, I do Murder Mystery Mondays, where we go through a book. Right now we're going through Murder in the Family by Kara Hunter, which is written like a documentary, so you get actual pieces of evidence that you can look at and analyze, and we're all trying to solve that mystery. It's a lot of fun. I have taken a lot of chances with what I upload this year, more than I've ever done. Before this year, I really just did vlogs, and that was basically it. Maybe a Q&A here and there, maybe a sit-down chat about books or something, but I never live streamed and never did any sort of read with me, going through a book. And I don't know, it's been fun to take a chance, because why not? If I love it, chances are other people will love it too. And it turns out, at least for Murder Mystery Mondays, a lot of you are enjoying that. So anyway, that's what I'm about. That's what I do. And I hope you had a good time today. I'm going to end this stream and keep working throughout the day until my event tonight. But I hope you all are having a wonderful day. What is today? Thursday? So yeah, midway through the week. You only got one more work day. One more day, and you can do it. I promise. You're almost to the weekend. You've done so well to get this far. I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you in the next one. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye.